Where my tea party at? Where my people's is at? How you guys doing? Beautiful day. Hey everyone, what up? What's up? What's up? What a beautiful day it is. Good to see everyone join me. What's up? Kuda Musasiwa. Elizabeth, how you doing? Efas, what up? Cynthia, what up? Hey, yeah, what up? Congrats, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. We're blessed out here. We're blessed out here. I hope everyone's doing well. Tafazo, how you doing? Texture, how you doing? Emma, how you doing? How's everybody doing? I hope you guys can hear me clearly, loud and clear. Yvonne, what up? I see you. Anos Admire, what up? Dave Shumba. Priscilla, how you doing? Thank you very much, everybody, for the congratulations messages. It was a wonderful experience to be able to hold my child after so long of a feeling a kick through the mother's stomach. So we're very happy to have her here. Mom and baby are all doing very well. Thank God. There's some more. I'm gonna take you through. Say hi real quick. I'm at the hospital. I'm just at the back. So let me take you through. Take you through and say hi to people. Take you through. This is a place called Prospect Palms. It's beautiful. It's lovely out here. Beautiful. She doesn't know I'm coming, so let me see. Hi, sister.
Hello.
How are they doing? They're doing fine?
Yes.
Okay. Go and say hello. Say hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
How's up? We're feeding.
Mm-hmm.
Say hi, mom.
No, we're saying hello to.
Just people.
Oh, like video.
Yes, we're talking about survival. Say bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Okay.
Happy
So this.
surviving.
Alright, see you later. Take a peek at. How's baby Adia doing? Agarara. Wave to baby Adia. Bye. Okay. That's baby Adia. Listen, everybody, let me get away from the noise so I don't make noise. But listen, everyone, thank you so much for sending us bucks to help Adiwa and her mom and her dad to also be here at this beautiful hospital. I don't know where they would be right now if you guys hadn't pitched in and sent some bucks. So really happy to tell you guys that Adi was doing great. She's literally in the next room to my daughter, or he is. And they couldn't be here without you guys' support and help. They didn't have medical aid, and I think I was really touched when I saw them struggling just to find where to go. They were supposed to go to Harare Hospital, and it's just that they didn't have any money. They couldn't afford an ambulance. It was really bad, guys. So when you guys gave us bucks, I'm really touched. I believe in people. I think Zimbabweans have a very wonderful spirit. So thank you so much for everyone who donated the little and the lot. There's a lot of guys who donated money for baby Adiwa, and we made sure they were good. So they're here they're in the same place as we are. It's a beautiful place, guys. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful private. It's a private hospital. So I just want to say thank you to everybody first before I got into it. So I just thought I'd let you guys know what was happening. We had, obviously having a C-section was it came at a very bad time. Very bad time, because if we had the C-section a week before, everything would have been fine. Medicaid would have paid for everything, etc. But my daughter was born on a day when pharmacies closed down. Pharmacies totally closed down. So when your wife is cut from end to end, there's need for for all sorts of stitches and all sorts of stitching material. They needed You know, they needed stuff for the anesthesiologists. They needed shortfalls for the doctors. They needed cash for, you know, anticoagulants, you know, heparin type drugs, so that, you know, so that our ladies don't clot. And so I just thought I'll give you guys a full, dirty, horrible picture of what things are actually like in the world that my daughter and baby Adiwa have come into. So because I was dealing with baby issues, I missed a lot of things that happened. But yesterday, I was now out on the field looking for essential medicines. I was looking for prescriptions. I had a prescription I had to fulfill. So yesterday was my first time back in Harare trying to understand the real problems that have sort of crept up in the last week. Now, Zimbabwe, things move fast. They move really, really fast. So when I went to SA, we could get rands and stuff and dollars for about 1s to 1.5, 1s to $2. But things have changed. You see now, it's now 1s to, like, today's rate is about 1s to 6, 1s to 6. So $1 gets you $6, six dollars. So because of the volatility of the market, no stores are able now to keep prices on anything. We have literally become Zimbabwe 2008 or Venezuela 2018. Again, sadly. So if you look at it right now, if you have let's say $3,000 in the bank right now, the best thing to do with that $3,000 is to find someone with US dollars and give them that money and hold on to US dollars. Now for $3,000 you're gonna get very, very little. Very little. $3,000 right now will get you $500. But it's better to have 500 real dollars than have 3,000 Zim dollars currently in this stage. Now, it doesn't matter what the government says. They say that they've ring-fenced the RTGS balances to 1s to 1. That's impossible. It's an impossibility. They say they're using the Afrimex Bank to guarantee the RTGS balance sheet. Zimbabwe has over $9 billion in balance sheets for RTGS. It's impossible for the Afrimex Bank, a bank that has $11 billion on the books, and from that, 7.8 billion is loans already are gone. I mean, they don't have the money or the capacity to guarantee the $9 billion of fake money our government has lumbered into our accounts. That's a fact, okay? So I need you guys to understand the reality on the ground. So when you guys were sending money for baby Adiwa, a lot of people sent the money directly to my EcoCash, okay? Now we had no choice. We absolutely had no choice. Because you were sending the money directly to my EcoCash, the government was transferring that US dollars you were sending to 1s to 1. So if you sent me $200, that money was literally going to become 200 EcoCash. If you had sent me the money using Western Union, and I could have picked it up as US dollars cash, we wouldn't have had to raise the entire amount of money. All we had to raise was a fifth of the money, and I could have taken the cash, paid the black market, and paid these doctors. But sadly, because we're desperate, mom was in distress, baby was in distress, we could have lost Adiwa. So because we're desperate, people sent the money directly to my phone and we paid everyone through that process. But we lost a lot of money if you consider the parallel market on the day. Worse still, today, that money would be valued far more. Today, the money you guys sent me today, that day, if it had been in cash, that money would be valued close to $4,000 or $5,000 today in Zimbabwean dollar terms. So I thought it was important to come feedback to you guys and let you guys know what's going on in Zim. Sorry, Philip, I'm speaking as loud as possible. So how are we going to survive this environment currently? Like, what is the plan for us to be able to navigate this new phenomenon? See, it's very difficult to say that it's the stores that are being greedy. It's very difficult to say that it's people being greedy. People are bulk buying, blah, blah, blah. I don't believe that for a second. What I do believe is that the bond has failed. It's a failed experiment and needs to be demonetized. And until the government is honest and demonetizes that money, we're in a bit of a bad situation. Every cent that I have in the bank is now worthless, as far as I'm concerned. Every cent that I have is now worthless. So, what are some of the survival tactics that Zimbabweans now need to employ to survive this mess? Because I think we all know the problems. Thanks, Ian. We all know the problem is that the money is now valueless. So what is the survival tactic? So I thought I would talk to a couple of peeps and say, yo, dudes, what's the best way for us to survive this environment the way that it's looking right now. Um, so came up with a couple of steps. So on Twitter, we're talking to a bunch of guys, and we came up with like a survival guide for Zimbabwe's current situation, because it won't last forever. Things will change. The money will definitely find its way around. We're gonna lose the money in our banks. That's gone. But we're gonna have to survive this. So it's almost like, how are we gonna survive? So if you guys in the diaspora, we need you guys to understand what we have to now go through, probably for the next 2 years, to make sure that we can get back to a position where we have some value in our lives. Okay. The first thing I'm gonna encourage everybody to do, and this is what you encourage all your family members to do, is that we need to grow food. Okay? We will not be able to keep on buying imports and going out there and buying CB mayonnaise and buying. Did you know that to keep Coca-Cola in Zimbabwe, it takes $16 million of forex every single month that has to come out the RBZ for us to keep the chemicals and the plastics to keep Coca-Colas on the streets of Zimbabwe. Same thing with Pepsi. It takes $60 million every month. $32 million to keep DSTV beaming into Zimbabwe. $32 million in real money. You know, it takes $20 million per month to get wheat into Zimbabwe. Wheat. You know, it takes another $20 million to bring fuel in, and it takes another $20 million to bring electricity in. This is unsustainable. This is unsustainable. Now, add on top of that this government's insatiable appetite of spending. Okay? It's insatiable appetite of spending. We're basically spending. We're the guys who are living in a $1 billion mansion, eating caviar and foie gras, but are not earning enough to be a garden boy. That's what Zimbabwe is. We're living the best life when we're actually not billionaires. And we need to. This is the reason the chickens have come home to roost and bite us, because all of us have been living a particular way. We want to go to the village. We're a landlocked country, but we want to eat prawns. We want nice things, and yet our country is producing fuck all. Now, what Zimbabwe should be producing is agriculture. We're an agricultural-based land. We have too many photographers, too many rappers. We have too many models. We have too many TV presenters and social and media studies people. We have too many of those, right? So our literacy is in the wrong direction. So it's okay for you to say Zimbabwe is the most literate country in the world. But if your literacy is being used to be a rapper and not a soya bean farmer, that's a big problem. If we're the most literate country in the world and we're using our literacy to be a blogger about fashion in Zimbabwe, we're fucking around. Because blogging in Zimbabwe is not a productive thing. If we're being, I'm not even going to take shots at myself. I'm going to tell you, if I'm going to be the most literate Zimbabwean, why the fuck? I can't use this generates no income, me doing live videos. I should be fucking doing training videos for how to farm wheat. I should be doing training videos on how to farm plants, flowers, because Europeans like flowers. Too many rappers, too many bloggers, too many influencers, too much nonsense, too many photographers, too many branders, people who say I design, too many of that shit. And that's not what we need, Zimbabwe. We actually need people who learn how to farm, because we've got agricultural land in Zimbabwe. We're going to have to people who actually know how to manufacture plastics, people who understand how to manufacture steel, because we have the raw materials. See, you know what's funny? If you too many producers, of course, too many guys making beats on computers. Thing is, if you listen to some of the TeaTimes from 2-3 years ago, I used to tell you guys one thing, one really important thing, is that we are a country that imports toothpicks. Toothpicks. Now I'm gonna turn my camera around real quick. Check this out. Look how many trees we have in Zimbabwe. Like, I know you people in England have never seen that many trees in your life. I mean, even this Wuskwa here, on the side of prospects. That could be a toothpick, but we import toothpicks. We import the toilet paper that wipes the shit off our asses. It's unsustainable. It's unsustainable. So we're almost in the stage when we say, you know what, guys, our government is fucking useless. Our government is useless. There's no doubt about it. Our government is fucking useless. But we are also a very spoiled people. Okay, so first of all, I'm not going to talk about our pull me down syndromes and all these things that people like to talk about. As Zimbabweans are haters. Let's not focus on that, because that's a cultural shift thing. That can change quickly. I'm talking about our love for things. Kuda Musasiwa. We love things as Zimbabweans. We love things. So it's okay to say Mugabe fucked us up for 36 years, because he did. It's okay to say Mnangagwa fucked us up for 36 years too, because he actually did. But we also must say we have fucked up for 36 years, 38 years. You know, I'm over here at Prospect Palm. It's a beautiful, like I said, this is a beautiful hospital. Like it's beautiful, world class standards. But I don't have to walk far, and I think let me do that. Let me actually walk out quickly, because I'm in Prospect, so that you understand what I mean. Okay, so you understand what I'm saying, right? Zimbabwe. So you know what I'm saying. So we're this beautiful environment, right? So just so that you see what I'm talking about, right? So we come from this beautiful level, nice, manicured plants and nice steel chairs. It's a beautiful place, right? So follow me for a little bit. I just want to show you how we behave as people, how we behave as Zimbabweans. Okay. I don't think I can increase the volume. I think I'm talking as loud as possible. So I'm coming out of this is Prospect. We're in Prospect. It's beautiful, huh? Jack Rand. But I don't have to walk far. So you see what I mean? I don't have to walk far. So I'm now outside, right? This is a bin. Okay? But somebody decided to throw shit on the side. So that as I walk further away, there's a bin there. But people decide to throw shit by the side. You see, so it doesn't matter that we have bins, but we throw shit on the side. Well, why do we do that? Why is that why do we behave like that? Why do we behave like that? And I'm just walking away from this nice hospital so that I can show you what the reality is in Zimbabwe. We behave a very, very fucked up way. Our combi drivers, they stop where the fuck they like. Hold up. Alright, peeps, check this out. This is now. See, all the plastic you're seeing is all imported. Every bit of plastic you're seeing thrown away, like this here. This is a fully functioning bottle of Chibuku Super. It's a fully functioning bottle of Chibuku Super that's been imported. It's an imported resource, right? They spend money on this to import this. Huh? Hold up. This is an import. This on the floor is an import, right? If you look on the floor there, those two things there are imported. These These are imports, right? So everything that we import this shit. We import this shit. This is what's taking up all our forex as people. We import it and then we chuck it on the floor. We drink out of it and then we chuck it. Another one. Okay? Plastic everywhere. Okay? Mirinda bottles. So you see that I've picked up 3 functional containers that they can be washed, milk put inside, they can be washed, oil put inside, they can be washed in water put inside and save water and put it inside a fridge, for example. It's a hot day. These are imports. All this, look at this. All this, another functional container. This one here had my hair, right? It's a local product, my hair, but then we import the plastic and we're spending literally $16 million to import for this Mirinda bottle. I mean, we can't complain about our nostro accounts being raided when we're importing, when we're fucking importing $16 million worth of plastic that we throw on the fucking floor. We throw it on the floor. These Chibuku bottles are functional, right? I believe they should be made a deposit. This could easily be washed and recycled. Come on, guys. Put them in a bin at least. I don't remember I mean, I now know why people don't put it in the bin. Look, there's no space. No space. So I thought I would show you that. That's just outside the hospital that I'm at right now. So it's important to understand that our behavior is pretty fucked as a people. We chuck things on the floor. We chuck shit on the floor, right? So the reason why when we got into independence, we used to buy Coca-Colas in bottles and have to return the bottles. We bought milk in bottles and we had to return the bottles. We had to do that because the Rhodesians were under what you call UDI. They were under sanctions. So the Rhodesians came up with a system to counter the fact that they didn't want to be importing plastics. Right? That's the white man fucking... Those inbred roadies from fucking 2060 were smart enough to know that you can't import plastic when you don't make plastic in Zimbabwe. So they put in a refund system where you can walk in, right? Fill in your juice and then you can walk away without paying. They refund you on the bottles that you bring back. Okay? So these are some of the things that we as a people have to really consider, right? Do we really want to be importing plastics every single month so that we can drink Mirinda? Is that what we want? Or do we want to be able to manufacture Mirinda in Zimbabwe and put it in a bottle and then recycle that bottle continuously so that we don't keep wasting money? Because we're wasting a lot of money. We're wasting a lot of fucking money. We're wasting a lot of money. Guys, we don't recycle paper, we burn plastic, you name it. We're wasting millions and millions of dollars to people. So please, guys, to survive, we need to be stricter with our government, but we should also be stricter with ourselves. First of all, how many of us are growing food at our homes? Let's grow food. Let's grow muriwo. In our little patch at home, we've got 3 beds of muriwo, and that keeps us going. Let's grow food. Number 2, let's look after small creatures like, rabbits and chickens. My mother keeps chickens, bushvelds. They're layers, so my mother's always giving us eggs. She gets about 60 eggs a day, and we can eat the chickens. Okay? It's a self-sustainable way of us keeping moving, right? Let's just grow our own food. That guy say chibagi, because we can't say the guy chibagi, then we import the plastic to put the chibagi in so that we can take it to our house and then we throw the plastic away. It's wasteful. It's wasteful. So I'm trying to there be a bit more building. We're building. I'm trying to raise our children in a better environment. How are we going to become more practical in our expectations? How are we going to be more practical? Small things. How are we going to be more practical? Do we really need our milk packaged in such a way that costs $60 million a month? Okay, can we go back to milk bottles? Can we do that? Can we be more practical in our more practical in our existence. So that's really important that we talk about stuff like how do we become sustainable as Zimbabweans. Um, can we stop being so wasteful? Can we stop going to Sankaya and spending $40,000 on alcohol that we don't produce? Is it time now that we actually start producing some of the alcohols that we love? So we now become better brandy makers because we can't keep on exporting hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month on these expensive drinks. What do we want as Zimbabweans? I think this is a question I want to ask. You're my people. What can we do? What can we do to stop throwing away practical containers like those Chibuku bottles that can be used again for other things? That Chibuku bottle can save a life if it had enough water in it. We could literally give somebody time to drink water and live. So there's a lot of really important decisions that we must make as a people. Whilst we keep putting pressure on our government, let's not stop. But at the same time, we must also put pressure on ourselves, on our relatives, on our friends. I'll tell you a story. It's an embarrassing story because, I went to my sister's house. It's a beautiful house in Mebrain. And my sister, we used to go to her house because she used to have guavas. She used to have like 4 guava trees. And she called in landscapers, paid them money. And the first thing the landscapers did was they cut down the 4 guava trees. The white man who my sister bought that house from put those guava trees for a fucking reason. They used to make guava jam. They used to make guava pies. They used to eat guavas with their family. As black people, the first thing we do is cut down the guava trees. Why? It takes years for those trees to grow. It's a food source. A reason being, oh no, when the guavas get ripe, they fall on the floor and they make a mess. No, do what the Murungus do. Wake up every morning and pick guavas. The ones that you can't eat, you go on YouTube and learn how to pickle. Go on YouTube and learn how to preserve. Put some sugar, whatever, boil them, put them in glass tins or whatever. Use those guavas to make pies, for God's sake. Make them a value-added product. Tin them. I mean, you know how much you used to pay in the UK to get a tin of guavas? We should be exporting the guavas. Come on, guys. Let's not cut down the fucking trees. Let's not cut down the mango trees, guys. For firewood, you cut down the mango trees for firewood so that you can ziamoto complaining about hunger. You cut down your avocado trees. Do you know how much the Warungus are paying for avocados overseas? Come on, guys. We need to change our minds. Change our mindset. Change our fucking minds. All right, let me get some comments. Pepukai says, Kuda, maybe we can sponsor you to do a road show, teach people. Zimbabwe is unteachable, Pepukai. Unteachable. The mind shift is a long process. It's not going to be a road show. This is not a campaign. It's Rwanda. You know when Rwanda had to change from Hutsi to Tutsi to become Rwandese, and they changed from French to English, and then they made sure that there's one day a month where they clean their streets, including the fucking president. That's what we need. We need a mind shift, a total mind shift. So that we don't drink a Chibuku bottle in an imported plastic container and throw it on the fucking floor. Come on, guys. We can't do that. We can't do that. Macadamia nuts. You know that we used to have macadamia nuts all over Zimbabwe. Do you know that the Warungus are growing them and exporting them and getting hundreds of millions of dollars a year from exporting macadamia nuts? Adamski German told me, if you know Adamski German, go on his page and ask him. When he went to bury his father, because his father passed away, they went for a walk on the farm that they used to own before it was Jambajwad by ZANU. And on that farm, they had multiple acres of hectares of mangoes. And all those mango trees had not been pruned or taken care of since the Jambanjari. So there was rotten mangoes all over the floor. Mangoes. Now in the UK right now, go into any shop and try and buy a fucking mango. I dare you. Come on, guys. That one. Serene says, Kuda, you cannot use media influence to advertise regarding literally. Well, we can try, but I can tell you that it's difficult. Burning trash. Alex, yeah, it was Z who cut down the trees, man. Terrible. All the guava trees from my sister's also gone. So if we want guavas during guava season now, we have to find another tree. Because they literally cut down 30-year-old guava trees, which were prolific. It used to produce beautiful guavas. They cut them down. My God. Crazy. In Germany, I never threw away bottles because I knew maybe 15 bottles could earn me a loaf of bread or something. Absolutely. we need to make sure this plastic is valuable. People need to know how much it costs to get it. And in fact, we can use plastic to as pebbles for roads and shit. There's functions. We can't just make trash and throw it on the floor and then burn it and make trash and then dump it to Pomona. Tafari Ras. You're right, Kuda. Very correct. But that needs leadership with the vision. Yeah, we don't have leadership with the vision. You're right. Our leaders are fuckheads. Milkmen delivered milk in. Yeah, absolutely. They'll pick up the empty bottles and then give us milk. That we need to go back to that. We can't keep on importing fucking plastic. Come on, guys. It's bollocks. Mr. Rojo, plastic recycling. Yeah, cool. So I think I've gone through all the comments. So yeah, dope. So we're just talking about survival tactics. If you didn't catch the entire episode, please rewind and check it out when I put it down. I actually did go and check on mom and the baby. They're doing real good. Thank you. And I also checked on baby at Iwa, which a lot of you guys contributed towards, and I'm grateful for you guys doing that. I think, you know, some of us are blessed beyond measure. I mean, we've got medical aid, we've got the people of means, but not everybody's like me, you know. So it's always good when this following that we build on these Facebooks actually turns into something that can actually help and save lives. So I'm real humbled by that and trying my best to stay grounded about all this. It's very important that we stay not cynical, because being cynical is something maybe that makes us all angry. And I think I used to always say, if you're not angry, you're not paying attention. And I think we now need a new mantra slightly, a metamorphosis of that, to say that if you're not conscious, then you have no right to be a citizen. We need to be more conscious. We need to be conscious when we throw away things like Chibuku bottles. We need to be conscious. We need to be conscious human beings, guys. So thank you very much for joining me today. I appreciate you guys with all my heart. Thank you very much. If you didn't catch the entire live and you're just joining, please rewind and check it out. Share the video. Come on, guys. Share the video. Let's get more people to watch. That's the way we can spread the messages. We can get more people to see us and watch it. I'm trying to swear less, you know. I try. Anyway, God bless you with the tea party. Expect us.